Hello, and welcome to this special observance of Patriots Day, sponsored by the Barry M. Goldwater chapter of the Arizona Sons of the American Revolution. Patriots Day is a holiday set aside in some areas of the United States to commemorate the Battle of Lexington and Concord. It is traditionally observed on the third Monday in April and is most often observed in the states of Massachusetts, Maine, Wisconsin, and parts of Florida. In the year 2020, Patriots Day is Monday, April 20th. In these states, there are often family picnics, small parades, and local celebrations. Unfortunately, due to conditions today with the pandemic, it's likely that won't happen this year. It is not an official national holiday, but instead an individual state holiday for those who traditionally celebrate it. This is sometimes confused with National Patriot Day, honoring the memory of victims of September 11th. Lexington and Concord battles were simultaneously the first military engagements of the American Revolutionary War. On the night of April 18, 1775, hundreds of British troops marched from nearby Boston to Lexington and Concord, Massachusetts. They came to seize arms and munitions and possibly to capture rebel leaders Samuel Adams and John Hancock. The British thought they had the element of surprise and were not expecting an organized and effective force to prevent them from accomplishing their mission. We don't really know who fired the first shot, but the Americans won the battle and the British retreated back to Boston. History records that British regiments lost 19 officers and 250 soldiers killed or wounded. American losses did not exceed 90 men. The battles proved to the British that the American army was not just a band of unorganized rebels, but an actual army that deserved respect. You are looking at a photo of Minuteman National Park. This park honors the brave Americans who quickly assembled in Lexington and Concord, Massachusetts, when they were warned that the British troops were on their way from nearby Boston. While Revere was employed by the Boston Committee of Safety as an express rider to carry news, messages, and important documents between Boston and as far away as New York and Philadelphia. On the night of April 18, 1775, Revere was awakened and summoned by Dr. Joseph Warren and given the task of riding to nearby Lexington, Massachusetts, with news that British regular soldiers were about to march to Lexington to arrest Samuel Adams and John Hancock, who were staying in a house there, and likely would proceed on to Concord to seize or destroy American military stores of ammunition, gunpowder, and several cannon. Revere stopped by his own house and went to the North End waterfront, where two friends waited to row him across the river to Charleston. Slipping past a British warship, Revere landed safely and warned Colonel Conant and several other Sons of Liberty about events in Boston. He then borrowed a horse from John Larkin, a Charleston merchant and Patriot sympathizer. While the horse was being made ready, a member of the Committee of Safety named Richard Devens warned Revere that there were British officers in the area who might try to intercept him. About 11 o'clock, Revere set off. After narrowly avoiding capture just outside of Charleston, Revere changed his route and rode to Medford, where he alarmed Isaac Hall, the captain of the local militia. He then alarmed almost all of the houses from Medford through Minuteman, now known as Arlington today, carefully avoiding the Royal Mansion, whose property he rode through. Isaac Royal was a well-known British loyalist. Revere arrived in Lexington sometime after midnight. After warning John Hancock, he and another messenger refreshed themselves, meaning to get something to eat and drink. They decided to continue to Concord, Massachusetts to verify that the military stores had been properly dispersed and hidden away. A short distance outside of Lexington, They were overtaken by Dr. Samuel Prescott, who they determined was a fellow High Son of Liberty. A short time later, a British patrol intercepted all three men. Prescott and Dawes escaped. Revere was held for some time, questioned, and let go. But before he was released, his horse was confiscated to replace the tired mount of a British sergeant. Left alone on the road, Revere returned to Lexington on foot in time to witness the latter part of the battle on Lexington Green. Nobody knows which side fired the first shot, but in the Concord hymn, Ralph Waldo Emerson described it as the shot heard round the world. This referred to the importance that the American Revolutionary War and that the United States of America would have in world history. Thank you for your participation in this special observance of Patriots Day 2020.